We'll have the ability to take your questions through the chat session, as I mentioned before. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn the call over to Jarvis Leonard, Regional Director, for his presentation of the month of June on the 5920 project. Jarvis, it's all yours.
Good morning. This is Jarvis Leonard. I'm the East Central Region Engineer for Alabama Department of Transportation, and I'd like to welcome you to the monthly briefing that we have on the CBD project. We bring you up to date on some of the things that have occurred since our last update. As you know, and just give a brief overview of those who have been attending, that we have 4 phases of our project: phase A, 2, phase 1, 2, and 3. Phase A is the portion of the replacement of the bridges of 12th Avenue and 31st Street. That work is complete. We've opened both bridges, and contract is finalizing some punch list items and some minor items to finish up. But basically, that project is complete and operating as it will going forward. Phase 1, as we're not showing, but phase 1 is complete, and we've talked about that in the past. Phase 1 was the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Avenue bridges that were widened several years ago, and that is complete. Phase 2 is where you see most of the work that's ongoing at this time. It is the modification of the ramp configuration at the 5920 and I-65 interchange. We're making some major changes to this area. And I'm going to show some of the construction activity that's ongoing in this vicinity. You're looking here at the ramp that will actually access 65 southbound coming from downtown Birmingham, the flyover bridge. This is how it would access 65. And also you can see the ramp that will exit to 6th Avenue North. If you're coming from 59 northbound from Tuscaloosa and come around and tie to the ramp in that location. This is looking north. This shows the wall that's been installed to provide a new ramp that will access 65 northbound. You also can see some of the work that's ongoing in that area. We'll have a new bridge for 12th Avenue, 12th Court in that area. We're looking northbound toward Huntsville. You can see a better view of the wall. You also can see some of the work that's going on in that area adjacent to the wall and the ramp going north. This is a close-up of the wall. As you can see, it's a decorative type wall. They're etching and putting some finishing touches on the wall, and when they finish this, it will be stained and it will blend into the scenery of the area to make a very nice view when you're coming into Birmingham. This is looking south toward Montgomery, and you can see here, this is that same ramp, how it will access 65 and tie in if you're going southbound. And this is, you can see the columns for the flyover and how it will tie going over the interstate and coming from out of downtown Birmingham to get to 65 southbound. This is also a ramp that goes to 6th Avenue North. And we're looking east into downtown, and you can see that same ramp configuration coming from 11th Avenue and how that ramp will tie to the flyover, to the ramp that we currently were showing. This is the construction for the new 17th Street exit. You can see the columns for the ramps coming from 65. You'll have a bridge to come over this location and tie to 17th Street. This will be the columns that's coming from 65 northbound, and that ramp will parallel the interstate and come around the ramp and tie to 17th. And that's what this construction is for. Let's talk about some of the closures. As you know, we have some permanent closures in place in the area of 11th Avenue, also over at 10th Court, and you also along 10th Street. Those areas are closed for the new ramp configuration in those areas. Those are permanent closures. We've talked about those previously. The temporary closures are still in place. We have the 12th Court bridge is closed, and so you have a detour to access. You have to go around and go up on the 15th Avenue and go under the interstate to get back around Tuggle School. This configuration has been in place for a while and is still in place. Previously, at our last briefing, we talked about we closed 17th Street ramp, the exit ramp at 17th Street. It's still closed, and we have new detours. Those detours for that is at 22nd Street, where we'll access and go around Reverend Abraham Woods Boulevard and back to 17th Street. As you remember, we turned the lights off at the bottom of the ramp at 22nd Street, and this has worked extremely well. It has helped not only the northbound traffic exiting, it also helped the southbound traffic, and so those ramps are not backing up on the interstate. This is the same detour, but it's for the BJCC traffic, how they access and get into the BJCC since the 17th Street ramp is closed. We have some closures in this area of 9th Avenue, a temporary closure from at Reverend Abraham Woods in this area. The 9th Avenue is somewhat, let's say, 9th Avenue, in the 9th Avenue area near Reverend Abraham Woods as a temporary closure on the streets area in this area. 17th Street, there is some minor closures because we removed the ramp and we reduced that down to one lane. Let's talk about some of the issues that will be taking place during the 4th of July. As you know, we typically do not have any lane closure for a period of time during the holiday weekend. However, during Friday through Saturday, there will be some lane closures to facilitate some work on the 5920 corridor. If you look in this area, there will be a lane closure that will start and go all the way through. It'll be at night primarily, and will be closed until we can get this open back up for an actual closure, for a bridge closure. If you're traveling northbound from 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. from Friday night to Saturday during the day, this area here will be closed to provide for a actual deck pour. Going southbound, this section will be closed both Friday night and Saturday night from 11 p.m. To 8 a.m. in order to facilitate some work on the bridges in this area. And this ramp will be closed Friday and Saturday night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. only. And these closures primarily will be at low peak travel times, and we don't anticipate any issues during the closures. But after Saturday at 1 o'clock, there will not be any closures on any of the interstate routes after Saturday at 1 o'clock. Okay, phase 3 is now under construction. That is the replacement of the bridges for the downtown CBD bridges and the modification of the ramps at the Red Mountain Expressway. You still see some cranes that's been put together in this area, and they will start driving piles and installing footings and this for the Red Mountain Expressway. We have to get the new ramp configuration complete into downtown Birmingham on the east side and the west side before we can close the bridges downtown. And what that means is that phase 2 will be complete, providing the new access off of 11th Avenue and into 17th Street. And there will be new access into Birmingham by 25th Street on the east side also. So that's what that's the contractor's trying to get done at this period of time. And we anticipate the actual closure of the downtown bridges sometime fall to winter 2018. But at that point in time, all the new access points, both on the west side and the east side, will be in place. And with that, we'll take any questions. I want to make a statement because I want to encourage motorists to be safe during the holiday season. And safety is for the traveling motorists and the workers on the project is of utmost importance. ALDOT is seeking the cooperation of motorists to slow down and drive safely in the construction zones. Pay attention to construction signs. Keep your eyes on the road and avoid engaging in actions that will distract you from driving safely. We encourage you to do this because we want everyone to start safe, stay safe, because we want to get everyone home safe. With that, I'll take any questions.
I'm going to go ahead and unmute the microphones. If you have a question and you're on a phone line, if you want to ask, go right ahead. We'll try to work our way through this politely as possible. Also, if you don't have a microphone, you're welcome to send a chat request down there and a message of what you'd like to ask. Please go ahead if you have any questions. Megan, I see you're on here from Fox 6. I don't know if you're on the web, so I don't know if you have any questions to type, or if not, if anybody has any questions. Fantastic. Hold on, I've got one right here. Megan, perfect, right on time. Can you clarify the 4th of July weekend lane closures, please? Northbound side from 8 p.m. to 1 p.m., southbound side Friday 11 to Saturday 8 a.m., everything is reopened by 1 p.m. Saturday. These are all questions to Jarvis. So could you go back through that again slowly, piece by piece?
I will. The northbound closures will be from 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. starting Friday night at 8 p.m. and they should be out of the road by Saturday at 1 p.m. That's northbound 5920. Southbound 5920, there will be closures both Friday night and Saturday night into Saturday morning and Sunday morning. It'll be from 11 p.m. on Friday night to 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, and from 11 p.m. on Saturday night to 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. And then the ramp will be closed from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. both Friday night and Saturday night. I mentioned that they should be out of the road by 1 o'clock on Saturday. There will be some lane closures Saturday night in this area on the southbound, but it'll only be from, they'll be out of the road by Sunday morning. So by Sunday morning, everyone should be out of the road.
Okay, so the lane closures northbound and southbound will stop by 1 p.m. on Saturday, and then we have some other minor construction going on in the area, but all of that should be opened back up at the latest. What time on Sunday?
Sunday morning, 8 a.m. 8 a.m.
Sunday morning at 8 a.m. will be the latest. Everything will be opened back up for travel.
And that's just
Jarvis, we did not talk about this, but since we've got the media on the phone, do you want to mention to them, do we have any anticipated closures for people who might be returning back through Birmingham after the 4th of July?
No, that should be any lane closures until after our restriction on lane closures, which is midnight on 4th of July.
Okay, and so there will be regular construction starting back July 5th?
That is correct.
Okay, all right. So from Sunday through midnight of July 4th, there will be no construction activities in this area, and for that matter, nowhere in the state. Is that correct?
That will not mean in lane closures. They may choose to work outside of the roadway, but that will not be any lane closures.
Got it. From Sunday through midnight of the 4th.
That is correct.
Got it. Okay. Did anybody else have any questions, Megan? I hope that got what you needed. Brad, I see a number of people on here. Of course, if you guys have questions later, you want to reach back out to Linda. I'm certain she can facilitate getting you what you need. We'll leave it open one more second. Does anybody have any questions? All right, Jarvis, you want to go ahead and wrap it up?
Again, I want to thank you for attending briefing, and we want to continue to keep you updated on the progress and the information, the latest information that we have as it relates to the project. And we look forward to our briefing next month.
And again, everybody, a web version of this call will be placed on YouTube here in just a little while. You can access through our website, and you have all free rights to use it for video as you intend to. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Bye-bye.